number 1, and I'd like to ask a question about number 8.
And I was going to say, I think number 8, does that need a roll call vote because it's a resolution? Yeah. So it has to be pulled.
Okay. So,
President Meade, I
Yeah.
also had a question on number 1, but I
okay,
don't need it broken out.
okay. So, we wanted to start that discussion then?
We
Make the-
make
Do we
the
have to-
motion.
Do we have to move it first?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's 1 through 7, I think.
right.
It's going to be 1 through 7. Move to approve action items numbered 1 through 7 as recommended in this agenda.
So moved.
Support?
Okay, now we
Discussion.
can do the discussion, and Trustee Lane, you were first?
Yeah, I just wanted to note that the item number 1 is really brief, and it doesn't include the department, it doesn't include the specific number. The background information gives that information, but I just thought that if anyone is reviewing this document at any time in the future, they can't tell really from that really brief information. So, I mean, I would have, and I think almost all the time we've got a few more specifics, such as 30 pads were purchased, think pads were purchased, and then by what department, because just to say that the college purchased it is pretty amorphous. So that was my comment on number 1.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question on that?
Certainly.
Trustee Lane, in the past, I just want to understand, make sure I understand, in the past, has the description in the agenda that you're seeing been more thorough? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I could just use some background information. The pink sheets in the back of your folder, are these, are they done this way because the bids were sealed? No? Okay. Is there anything, does it, and I could just use John or David Cunningham's opinion on this. Could we put these as addendums to what is in the agenda items?
Addendums to the agenda. We get those, we get those as board reports. Usually Fred pulls those together, or the people who are purchasing that particular item together. Fred then forwards those to Kathy, and those detailed documents accompany every board packet to go through. What we then do, and Trustee Lane, I see what you're saying, we probably could have expanded that to include 30 items.
Yeah,
for the
just those two.
workforce and development
Exactly.
department is what I would clearly.
Yeah, my
But those
issue
are
isn't the information. The information is clearly there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. The addendums are certainly adequate. I am just not sure how, in the future, anyone might examine any kind of documents for us. So if there's an electronic copy, and somebody FOIAs it, what gets sent? So that was my point. Then they don't have to go try to chase down a bunch of board reports, which I don't know whether those are stored separately or how, and what it would be in the future, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just a practice issue, so, yeah.
I save them all by board meetings, what I end up doing, and then that's what and Kathy, I can't answer whether those board reports go into the official minutes or not.
They go into the board book.
Okay, all right.
So
Well,
you're asking for more specificity in these reports?
in the detail, just in the chance that in the future,
Okay.
I don't know how they'll display electronically. So if they stand alone, then there's not much information. It just says we bought $26,000 worth of ThinkPads, so. And with just a few more words, it could be much more specific.
Trustee Thorpe wanted to have a discussion on number 1 also.
Yes, it says that students will receive and use the instructional materials on the notebooks, and they'll keep the notebooks for use at home and work after they complete their training. So the way I'm reading it is then, we're buying these computers and they're going to get to keep them when they're done.
So, Dr. Chapman?
Yes, so that's the MAT Square program, is the Michigan
Okay.
Advanced Technology Program, and the employers actually purchase the laptops for the students that they're sponsoring for their education.
So we're buying them and then we're being reimbursed by the employers?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's cut, of course.
Trustee Lane, you wanted to talk about another item?
Yeah, on number 8,
Well, wait, we have to, we have to
It's number eight.
vote on this, yeah. Eight's been pulled, so we have to finish.
All right,
the
so
vote
we
on
have a
this.
motion for 1 through 7. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And support.
Okay.
And we have
Any
support.
further discussion on 1 through 7? All those in favor of that motion to pass those items 1 through 7, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? It's unanimous. Now, number 8, please.
Number 8, move to approve the following resolution being Henry Ford College, through its duly authorized officers, certify that Henry Ford College has met 4 of 5 practices in each category as required by Section 230 of PA 60 of 2015, the Education Omnibus Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2019.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion?
Okay.
Roll call?
Now, it's-
Oh.
well, Mary had a...
Mary?
Oh, discussion.
Ms. Trustee Lane? Did
thank
you have
you.
something you wanted?
Mr. Sitkowski probably has this at the tip of his fingers, or his tongue or whatever, but reading the background information on the state's 5 indicators of fiscal responsibility, or what is it, performance or whatever?
Performance.
Yeah, performance, sorry. So one of those was 7.5% administrative. I did read through the 11 pages of background information. I don't understand what that means. I don't know whether it means that a certain percent is spent on administration or not to exceed.
Based on what we report to the state at the end of the fiscal year, at the end of fiscal year 18. They then take all that information and calculate it, twist it, whatever it is, and they look at the administrative expense per student, and what they end up doing is that portion is then allocated to the 28 community colleges based upon how they spend administrative fees. This was not one of them. This is strictly the college's, like I said, the local strategic value resolution, which is approximately $188,000 per year. But this is a separate pot. But there isn't a lot of money that's allocated for these issues that were mentioned in here. The formula for these categories of performance indicators shows the amount, but it's out of our $26 million of state appropriations that we get, it affects $400,000.
Yeah, I didn't expect it was going to be massive, but the reason I question it is because I see that, maybe I'm conflating some of the things, but the reason I thought that it was worth asking you about is when we had measures at P12 by Standard & Poor's, they objectified everything, put everything with an objective value so that they could analyze districts. This was some time ago when the state actually had some money to pay for analysis of districts. And they had a value that they gave, and it was a high value to districts that had a certain under 10% of administrative costs. This is somewhat of a similar type of cost analysis, and I'd just like to know where we stand, because, I mean, it is something that maybe is worthwhile.
We have been hurt in the past because of bad debt, and I'll go back, the 4 years, when we had $11.6 million in bad debt, that's considered an administrative expense. That's way above any kind of average
Interesting.
comparison. Pleasantly reporting, I think we reported last month that our bad debt for the end of 2018 is below $1 million, just a little over $800,000 you'll see in our audited financial statements for 2018. So that'll have a good impact on our, administrative percentage. It has been improving over the last 4 years because of the bad debt going down. But that's one of the indicators that affects it.
Thank-
They average it, so
thank
they don't
you.
just look at you for 1 year.
Yeah, well,
They take
thank
a
you for
3-year
explaining that, because again, it's another number that when it's looked at first blush, like graduation rates, you look at it and you go, what? So if there is some understanding on all of our part on what that number actually means, I think it's more helpful and it's more defensible, so thank you.
Any other discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Fadwa Hamud, yes. Trustee Lane?
Yes?
Trustee Nasser?
Yes.
Trustee Petlicoff?
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe?
Yes.
And Chair Mead?
Yes. Next item, please.
Board of Trustees business, acknowledgements of correspondence.
Nothing. Next, please.
Speaking on that.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
you-
always ahead of you.
You're much quicker than I am. No, actually, you weren't. I thought about mentioning it later, but this is a good spot to mention it. I was asked about an email that I haven't received, and I attempted to send copies to some of the board and President Cavalluna on an email that I sent, and I think I'm having email issues. I asked a couple of other people, and I think that some of us are having email issues. I typed in RKAV, and nothing is coming up, and the board members as well. So I'm having issues with email, so I don't know about other people. I know I was asked whether I was going to allow my name to be used on the millage, and I looked in every email box that I have, the HFC one, the district, so I think there are some email issues that are surfacing. Maybe, I think other people have had this issue too. I got at least 3-4 bounce messages, and they're people that it should have recognized, including President Cavalluna.
And, yeah, and I think mine bounced too, right?
Yeah.
So can you follow up?
Yes. Did you all receive the president's update that
Yeah.
we sent out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this.
Very
and
well
that-
done, by
that-
the way.
Yeah.
That happened Thursday, Friday morning? So the email problems must be between Friday morning and today? I mean, one got through, we know one got through on Friday, or the problem's just outgoing from your account?
I could look and see when I sent out, because I think that the other one that I sent out, I've sent 2 or 3 of them that have gotten bounces, and I think one was before the Friday
Okay.
mailing. I think yours are going out okay.
Yeah.
Mine maybe are an issue.
Okay.
Incoming.
Someone will reach out to you and see if we can determine what the problem is, and then communicate it to all the board members, what we found.
Okay, board committee reports. I believe the policy committee is updated.
Yes.
Any other committees meet today? Or-
No.
Requests for information and for future agenda items. I think we requested some today. Anybody else have anything else they want to request?
No.
Well,
Oh, maybe the president.
yeah, Mr. Chair and Trustee Hamud, I wrote down many notes on the things that many of you were interested in on the question of enrollment and our response. May I just clarify that you're accepting of the responses to your questions being when some of the people you heard from today are ready to give you a presentation on our plan, which I do believe will be the end of this calendar year or the beginning of next calendar year, with the exception of Trustee Hamud's request for specific information about whether we send letters to students in high school, which I committed to by the end of the week. Have I recited what the expectations are clearly?
Yeah, I look forward to the presentation. I think
Okay.
hopefully our
All
questions
right.
will be answered.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me clarify that.
Yeah, good summary. Next.
Board member commentary.
Trustee Lane.
For whoever is responsible, thank you for the attempts to increase recycling on the campus. Something I really appreciate. Whoever was responsible. Maybe it was you, President Cavalluna, maybe you're just taking
We're a team.
credit for it.
We're a team.
Yeah, well,
They're sitting out there.
thank you to everyone.
Next item, please.
This one? All right, future meeting dates, Monday, October 8th, 2018, P12 Board of Education meeting 7 p.m. at the Administrative Center, at the Administrative Service Center in the Frank Franchi Boardroom. Monday, October 15th, 2018, HFC Board of Trustees Audit Committee meeting at 6 p.m. at the Administrative Services and Conference Center in the President's Conference Room. Monday, October 15th, 2018, HFC Board of Trustees meeting, 7 p.m. at the Administrative Center and Conference Center in the Rosenau Boardroom.
Get your gavel.
We are adjourned.
I wanted to do this right.
You taught it, it was you.
We did start at 10.
Still.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know, we're all going here about that work.
I like it.
Thank you.
You got too much free time to take paper clips and do that with.
Yes, as if I could, with my new
Because I eventually but it was based on the idea.
Yes. Yes. That's such